Hi and Assalamualaikum. My group and I will be presenting Travel of Mobile Vaccination Unit in Negeri Sembilan for code subject MAT668, Craft Theory with Applications. My name is Nur Dayana binti Abdul Rahman and my group members are Nurul Syaerah binti Robana, Nur Athirah binti Aidil Misra, and Ainin Nasuha binti Kholed. We are from Group 6 CS249682 Semester 6 Part 2. We will start our presentation with the introduction. As we all have known, coronavirus disease, also known as COVID-19, is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus in China at the end of 2019. Most of the people that were infected by this virus will experience mild to moderate respiratory illness and recover without requiring special treatment. However, the older people or those in high-risk group with underlying medical problems such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, and cancer are more likely to develop serious illness that could lead to death. The transmission rate of COVID-19 is high among society and thus causes the pandemic to happen at all around the world. Herd immunity is important in giving protection to society, especially to the high-risk groups, and therefore, in order to lessen the transmission rate of COVID-19 among people, Movement Control Order MCO, and the standard operating procedure SOP, such as social distancing and wearing a mask, has been applied by the government. The herd immunity can be achieved when 60% or 70% of Malaysians has received their vaccination in order to decrease the transmission rate of COVID-19.
Mobile Vaccination Unit is one of the great strategies to speed up the process of delivering COVID-19 vaccines, but there is a few problems that need to be solved. First, we have lack of information about the shortest path to be taken, since there are several paths that may be taken to travel between these 5 districts. Next, the cost and time needed is also need to be considered for the Mobile Vaccination Unit to travel to the 5 districts in Negeri Sembilan. We have 2 objectives in this project. The first one is to determine the shortest path with the cheapest cost and the least time spent for a mobile vaccination unit to travel to 5 districts in Negeri Sembilan using Google Colab and Google OR tools. The second objective is to calculate the cheapest cost to travel to 5 districts in Negeri Sembilan using the shortest path. Next is problem solution.
There are 5 districts in Negeri Sembilan that have been selected. The districts were labeled with vertex 0 to 5. The table beside shows the location of each vertex. Vertex 0 was represented as Hospital Tuanku Jaafar, while vertex 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 were represented as Kuala Pilah, Rembau, Tampin, Port Dickson and Jelebu respectively. There are few assumptions for this study in order to determine the shortest path and cheapest cost for the mobile vaccination unit to travel to 5 districts in Negeri Sembilan. The assumptions involved in this study are: firstly, the vehicle used is van. The van's tanks will fill up with 195 volt RM 2.05 per liter. 1 liter of petrol fuel can afford to travel 12.5 km. The estimate price per kilometer is RM 0.17. We also assume there is no roadblock, traffic jam and car accident along the journey. The van will travel to all 5 districts with starting and ending at Hospital Tuanku Jaafar. The total cost is calculated based on the amount of money needed to travel along the routes. We assume that the money needed is based on the total of fuel used. The table below shows the 6 selected routes with the distance, fuel cost and total cost. The total costs have calculated using this equation. After that, we construct a Google Colab based on the adjacency matrix for the distance for each road, and the result will represent in the red box beside.
Following that, we can see a diagram of the networking graph for each of the 5 locations. It is an undirected graph with 6 nodes and 15 edges. The weight is determined by the distance between 2 places or nodes. As a result, we can see that node 0 to node 1 is 39.1 km apart. We can find the quickest path as well as the lowest cost based on the diagram. As a result, the shortest path goes from 0 to 4, from 4 to 2, from 2 to 3, then to 1, from 1 to 5, then from 5 back to 0. The whole distance is 229.2 km, and the total cost to travel via all 5 places and back to Nur Athirah, which is Hospital Tuanku Jaafar, was only RM38.96. Coronavirus disease COVID-19 is a newly found coronavirus that causes an infectious disease. The majority of patients infected with the COVID-19 virus will have mild to moderate respiratory systems and will recover without needing any specific therapy. However, Malaysia now have access to a vaccine which will help us keep from getting and spreading the virus that causes COVID-19. As a result, a mobile vaccination unit has been established to expedite the delivery of COVID-19 vaccines. The goal of this study is to determine the quickest and the most cost-effective route for a mobile vaccination unit to travel to 5 districts in Negeri Sembilan. Therefore, we have found out the quickest route, which is starting from Hospital Tuanku Jaafar to Port Dickson, to Rembau, to Tampin, to Kuala Pilah, to Jelebu, and go back to Hospital Tuanku Jaafar. The total cost can likewise be reduced to RM38.96 by taking this route. Therefore, we have achieved our aim for this project. That's all from us. Thank you.